The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. What we ask of you at this time, at this moment, is to sit and listen. Listen to this vibration, listen to this frequency, for it is that carries the message, the healing, and the understanding you're seeking. Allow the words to flow through, for it is this vibration that carries all of it. Allow yourself to settle now. For it is this period of time, it is this section of time, this period of time now that lies before you, that you are immersed in, that many are experiencing similar things, similar experiences, similar connections. Whether that is that you are bringing in to your awareness energies that are a bit disruptive. Yes, you are bringing them in. Why are you bringing these in? You see this process that all are going through, this change in energy field, this amplification in your energy, is bringing this into your awareness. Understand that all through your existence, all through your life, you've done this in cycles. You've amplified your energy. You feel as if you are settled with your energy. And this is even before your awakening. You go through phases where you feel as if you are settled with your energy. Everything seems to be just correct. Balanced. Then you feel as if the energy around you is just a bit different, just a bit off. It may come to you differently during your sleep periods. It affects you differently. And why is that? For it is nothing more than just a test, a challenge of where you have just come from. It isn't that the universe is trying to challenge you. You are challenging yourself. This is how you have scripted it. All humans have scripted it this way. This is how one advances in their humanness and in their alignment with their true self. See, the challenge is that you present to yourself, and that is the way to look upon it. It doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how you describe it, but it is the challenges that you present to yourself. And it is always at the moments at which you feel as if you've just come into balance with a new understanding. Everything seems to be just appropriate, flowing just smoothly as it should. Then, in a day's time, something disrupts that. A new thought pattern, a dream, an understanding, someone else's information. And it begins to set a bit of turbulence within your energy field. This is to test you, to understand where you are with your truth, or your resilience, your understanding of how far you have come. So it isn't to explore these challenges as something that need to be corrected, but it is to put into use all of what you have just learned. All of what you've just experienced prior to that, to get you into the flow state, to get you into that space in which everything seems to be in balance. It is to utilize all of those techniques, tools, understandings, teachings to take on that challenge and come through the other side stronger. And once you do, think of it as you are in school, you prepare yourself by learning and learning and learning, and then finally you take a test. You pass the test, but then what happens? More learning. You are learning yet once again. Once the test is over, there's more learning. That is the cycle that all humans experience, whether that is as you go through your educational system or whether it is in your human existence. You learn, you learn, you learn, you're put to the test. But many people don't recognize it as a test. They recognize it as a personal challenge, and it disrupts their entire flow. It leaves them unsettled. It leaves them contemplating what they've just learned. It leaves them in a state at which they begin to re-question much of what they've already learned and understand. But it is here to understand this portion of yourself and these cycles that take place throughout your life. Some of the teachings are quite short and some of the challenges are quite short. Others are quite large, quite long. No matter the challenge, no matter the teachings, it is here for you because you have set it into motion. Every challenge that is presented to you, every task, every teaching, every understanding, for it is equally laid out for yourself because you have scripted it for yourself. Many are challenged just by that statement. But why would I challenge myself in this way? Why would I put this in my contract? Why would I allow an energy field to enter into my energy field that would be so disruptive that I have no understanding of how to compensate for it? But you wouldn't put that challenge in front of you unless you already know how strong you're going to be. That's where trust comes in. Trust in the understanding of how strong, how resilient, how resourceful, how capable you truly are as a divine being here in this time. So you can look upon all of what is taking place around you, throughout humanity, throughout your planet, and believe in yourself that all of it is a challenge to you. The things that are taking place around your planet aren't your challenges. They are a collective challenge. But you cannot overcome the collective challenge until you understand the power that you have to overcome your own challenges. And when you reconcile with yourself these challenges that you've placed in front of you and understand they are going to come and come and come in cycles throughout your existence, and you're going to overcome them, you'll be more equipped to observe, understand, and assist with a greater level of consciousness what is taking place upon your planet. It isn't that you're going to change your planet, but what you're going to do is assist in the conscious connection that is rising to the surface. For it is this conscious connection, this collective of conscious connection. You can look upon it as being one being itself. And in that, everyone has agreed to have challenges in that existence and in that consciousness. And you'll overcome those challenges as well as a collective consciousness. You've already done it. Your collective consciousness has overcome many challenges, and it will continue. So this is why many are experiencing disruptive patterns, experiencing disruptive energies, experiencing different things that may bring you fear, may bring you anger, because you first have to challenge yourself before you can be prepared to be part of a conscious collective that is being challenged at even a higher level. But hold out the understanding in yourself that you're stronger than anything that is presented before you. No matter if you physically feel you're not capable, energetically, you've already learned the lessons. Energetically, you know the answers. Energetically, you know the truth, but it is putting it into action. It is standing firmly in your energetic truth so that your physical truth can overcome. And if you have questions, please begin.
Thank you very much for your presence. Sandy, who's with us, her grandmother had the same birthmark as she. Can you tell us if her grandmother was carrying the family records as Sandy is now? And if so, do you have advice on what to do with them or how to use them, please?
First, it is to understand this connection, this physical identification. This is an answer for all to understand, any that have a reoccurring placement of a, as you say, birthmark that travels throughout the lineage, the ancestral line. For birthmarks are very significant. They are witness to a higher level of threaded connection. You can look upon it as being, as many here in this existence, apply ink to the skin in the form of art, but to identify themselves with a certain aspect of themselves. A birthmark is quite similar, but it is more energetically imprinted throughout the lineage. And it is something that does move throughout the ancestral line. Much of it does carry, in your case, as it is records, but much of it is deeper than just a record holding and the access to those records. For when you place yourself in the understanding that this is, in a way, a portal through that is tunneled into all lineage that you're tied to, then it isn't just what a grandmother, grandfather, some close relative carries into this existence and then passes on to you. You're tunneling, if it were, back into the past. It is an open channel. So it is this to understand. Sit with this aspect of yourself, this birthmark. Begin to frame the perspective of it as being an energetic pathway, almost portal-like, allowing it to open, and when it does, enter through it, and allow yourself to journey back into time, recognizing the ancestors that have laid the path before you, retrieving information from each ancestor if you wish. But to address the records, yes, you do hold these records. Yes, they are presented before you. To access them, it is not complicated, but one must be willing to enter into that space appropriately. First, it is through the intention of understanding that what lays within these records, and it is for this ancestral line, what lays within these records at times may be very difficult to understand, may be difficult to comprehend in the physicality. So it is this to understand, to place yourself within the energetic intention that you're going to enter in as an observer, to begin the tempering process of your humanness to accept what is to be presented. From when you enter in as an observer, you are disconnected from your humanness because of the lineage that there is, and you begin to observe what is present. and it is attenuating to your physical field a bit easier than if you were to fully enter in as an emotional, energetic being into this record space. For what lies within these records, you're going to find a depth of healing. It'll be very similar to many of the healing practices of your time frame now, but there will be a layer infused with language that you will not recognize. This language will come through naturally across your tongue. This will be an infusion of energy that will amplify the healing process that you'll be entering into. The other aspect of this, you're going to witness much of the trauma that was in place throughout the lineage because of the openness within the lineage itself, meaning there's a great layer of detail of connectedness, openness, awareness, awakening throughout the lineage, and many have been prosecuted for it. Many have, their lives have been cut short because of it. But you hold the path now. You are the record holder. You set out on a new timeline. For what you hold, it has been passed to you not to break a cycle, but to amplify an alignment. By amplifying the alignment, you set a new trajectory for the future. But first, you must be integrated with the records. You could not set forth on this path before that. Once you're fully aligned and integrated with the records and you understand how to access them very quickly, for healing for yourself, for your lineage, as well as the healing that is in place that you're going to be bringing to others, when you are fully integrated with that, then you move forward on this new trajectory. And it is as if you've closed off the path to the past in order to open a new pathway of lineage moving forward.
Wow, thank you for that. Very detailed information. Patty is curious what the messages are that the birds wish to give her, please.
There are songs within the song. It doesn't matter the bird that is speaking to you, but it is to begin to, just as in this case, you hear the words pass the lips to your ears, and they are recognized by your human process of understanding. But each word has a vibration, a tone, a frequency, a symbol that is unrecognizable. Until you tune into it, until you release and understand that you are connecting to that frequency. That is where the depth of it lies. So as you sit and you listen to the bird's song, yes, allow your ears to process the beautiful singing of the bird, but with a breath. Focus to the vibration. And what you're going to sense is a tingling that will start at the top of your head and work its way down the center of your spine, all the way down to the bottom of it. It'll begin to radiate out left to right. As it does, this is the encoding. This is the encoding process of the vibration that the birds provide to you. As you do, it'll be as if a manuscript is open before you. At first, the pages will be a bit blank, but the more you attune yourself to that vibration, it doesn't matter the bird, because each bird will have their own chapter. You'll see it. You'll see the song unfold in front of you and what it is telling you. Much of what they are instructing you is this process of how to learn the vibration. And it is just to defocus, but yet focus on the vibration. Defocus from the singing and focus on the vibration. Much of what they're speaking to you about is how to carry yourself vibrationally in this time period that you're going through, this shift that is taking place. So it is to sit and truly sit, place yourself upon Mother Earth, allow your hands to find their way into Mother Earth, and allow the vibration of the songs to provide you the beautiful manuscript of information. It won't be clear at first. Give it time, but it'll unfold in front of you, just here before you. And the vibration will turn to words. The song will almost turn into words that you hear. So it is to take some time and understand the song within the song. That is what you're listening for. They are teaching you much. They're showing you how to change your environment around you, your circle, your bubble in which you exist. You understand it just a bit, but there'll be a clarity that unfolds in front of you. The bubble itself will become transparent, and you'll see much clearer what they're presenting to you.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Dalvir has a cat by the name of Oliver who has a rash on his face. Can you give us some clarity as to what's going on and how Dalvir can help him, please?
There's been a significant energy field shift in and around where you inhabit. It isn't your shift, but there is an energy shift that has taken place in and around where you exist. For Oliver has and will always be extremely sensitive to these energy shifts. This particular energy shift has created a field of energy that has been disruptive. It has not just been the rash, there's been some disruptive with the digestion. There's been tension within the muscular system as well. As this energy shift had taken place, and Oliver's attempted to transmute it for you, but it has been a bit overwhelming for him. It has been brought to the surface. This is the physical manifestation of doing an energetic clearing, transmuting. This happens quite frequently with humans as well, as they do their work of transmuting great deals of energy. Those energy fields have to erupt from within, for not all are energetically transmuted through the system. They do reside within the physical systems, and then they come to the surface. This is the case. It is not harmful. It is just a manifestation of the energy transference that has taken place in your area. Allow yourself to visualize as you sit with Oliver, around Oliver, in his space. Allow yourself to visualize a golden sphere that encircles him. This golden sphere contains all of the healing medicine properties, energy that is required to settle the physical systems in order for this rash to recede back into the body. It's pulling the energy away from the surface, bringing it back in so it can then be transmuted appropriately with the full energetic system. This golden sphere allows that to take place. So as you visualize that golden sphere around Oliver, envision yourself breathing purified, healing energy towards him. And as you do, what you'll see is that golden sphere will begin to shimmer all around. And when you understand that this is taking place, you'll understand at the moment that it begins to recede back into the body and the system begins to transmute what is residual. This golden sphere will begin to cloud over, almost encapsulating, where you will not see him for just a moment. This is the point at which he, Oliver, is transmuting and then releasing. But you have to make the container for him to exist in for just that moment. You don't have to hold them there for a very long time, just a few moments. Do that frequently, giving him the space to do his work. That is why he's here.
Lovely, very helpful, thank you. Leslie believes she's had a past life as a Native American. Can you tell her anything about that life, perhaps the tribe, the era, or the significance of that life, please?
For it is not just one past life. You have a trail of past lives, each one as the tribal medicine woman, the one that all go to for healing, the one that they go to for wisdom, for understanding. This is this presence that is with you, this healing presence. This is the nudge that you're feeling. It is this that you want to explore. It is this that you want to understand what Mother Earth can provide. It is this that you understand that there is much more to healing than just what can be provided in a bottle. For this most recent, this particular life, your tribe that you were aligned with, connected to, your family tribe was one that was in the northern regions of your the state of Wisconsin, the northern reaches near Superior. In that region, they were explorers. They traveled many of the rivers from many of the lakes. They explored many of the regions there, taking their entire tribe with them. You providing the assistance of healing. For each of the lives you've existed in, your timeline, your existence within that life was extremely long. In your age time frames, well into the 100-year mark. This is the living that provides an extremely long life. It is not to be one that is complicated. It is not one to be filled with many things, but it is filled with peace, tranquility, and healing. So yes, that is one region. The Southwest is another region. You've had multiple lives in many of the different tribes throughout your United States. It isn't necessarily to understand which tribe it is to understand that you have teachings from each one of those tribes, because each one of them has a different, unique, healing woman aspect. For they learn what is necessary for that region. So you now have that all within inside of you. It is as if you are an encyclopedia for this information, but yet it's locked away. So allow yourself in the days to come, during your meditational period, during this period of rest, if you wish, to envision yourself. If you wish to bring forth research upon the different tribes, do so. So you can envision the different tribal aspects, but place yourself during a particular meditation into that tribe. Find yourself, understand that energetic lineage that you have, and place yourself within that tribe during that period of time. And many go back hundreds of years. When you find yourself in the midst of that tribe, you can look around. You can find yourself and begin to question yourself in the tribal aspect. That will begin the unlocking process for all of the knowledge that is already in you, that you've brought into this human existence.
Wow, fascinating. Thank you for that. So you mentioned before that in the higher altitudes, we have clearer connections. Is that why so many of us are drawn to live in the mountains or at higher altitudes, or is there more to it than that?
Frequency reception can be achieved at any altitude. But yes, when you find yourself rising in altitude, you are placing yourself in a geographic location that is crystallinely aligned for better reception. If you are here, where it is relatively flat, you have the ocean, you have the lakes, the crystalline structures are still here, but they are not as pronounced. They're not as close to the surface as they are when you begin to ascend upon a hill, a mountain, or a peak. So as you bring yourself close to the mountain ranges, you understand this when you visually see this, you're exposing the crystalline structures of your planet. They are there, visible for you to see. You see your, the rock that you look upon is all twisted and turned. Well, that is your crystalline structures of your inner planet. Well, they are now on the surface. So when you go to these places of altitude, you are connecting directly with what was once the crystalline structure of the interior is now the crystalline structure of the exterior, and it has a much higher receptibility of the frequencies that you wish to achieve.
Wonderful, that makes sense. Thank you very much. So Katie's been trying to have a baby, and it's been a bit challenging and discouraging. She doesn't have a lot of encouragement to go on at this point, other than the deep knowing that she has that she's meant to be a mother. Can you share some wisdom for her, please, regarding the lesson in her journey but not only for herself, but also for those who are also struggling to be a mother.
This aspect of motherhood, being a mother, having a child, isn't unique to the human aspect, but it is unique in a way in which you framework what a mother having a child is. It is this understanding that one must give birth to a child. One must give birth to a physical being in order to actually be a mother. Put that aside for just a moment. Allow yourself to step back a distance from your existence. Allow yourself to peer now down upon your existence. Look down into your existence. And now begin to look back into the past. This life, not any other, just this life. And look upon that period of time from the time you have incarnated to now. And recognize the pattern and the moments you have been a mother. You have nurtured. You have cared for. You have taken under your love and care for many. Not only other humans, but animals. So it is that you have been a mother, though you have not given birth to a physical being, but you have provided this motherly love, this motherly care. And yes, you do have this yearning and you have this understanding that you will be a mother and you will be. But you have to also understand from another perspective of what that mother role is going to hold. Yes, physically, there is complication. But there is two layers to the complication. Yes, there's a physical complication, and there's an energetic complication. This energetic complication is not quite complex to an extent, but it is complex enough. This mother energy that you exude and this wanting of, this needing to, this energy in itself begins to push the distance between yourself and the physicality of aligning with being a mother, becoming pregnant. So there is complexity in that of understanding that you have been a mother. You will always continue to be a mother for someone, though you've not taken the role on with the name of being a mother, but you do the role of a mother. You have the heart of a mother. You have the existence of a mother. And that is the existence that you've come in to do here in this human life. You've taken on the role. You're already being a mother. So the complexity is to set aside this overwhelming desire to become pregnant and give birth, not forever, but just at this moment, and begin to realign your energy focus to all of the existences that you've assisted as being this mother role. And as you do, you'll find a shift take place, an easing with this yearning. And when the easing of the yearning takes place, it opens the energy pathway in the physicality for better reception. It's very similar to many seek abundance, many seek wealth. And the more they put that out in front of themselves, the further and further away the actual wealth is and the abundance is, because they're chasing it. They're not allowing it just to be. So it is to understand it's now time to stop chasing and allow it to be. Physicality wise, the complications will continue, but they'll calm themselves to a point at which there's better receptibility to what is to come. But you have to shift the focus first.
Thank you very much for that. So Maria is curious if you have a message about health for her. She's had trouble with several different issues lately, and she's just wondering what's going on, please.
This is an accumulation aspect. You've been quite active. You've assisted many. But in that assisting process, you have accumulated much. Yes, accumulated much of their energy. Most of it has been transmuted. But yet, it is this accumulation that has taken place and taken hold. This is a next level in your processing, another layer of your processing. You've done an excellent job of flushing out, releasing, disconnecting, severing any cords, any alignments. But even so, there's still a bit of stickiness to those connections. And that's what's been remaining. So there's a new learning process that's going to take place as far as to fully clear once you have disconnected from a client, an individual, a conversation. This process is going to involve a energetic, deep cleansing. It isn't something that's going to take minutes. It is just a very quick wash of purified crystal energy. Nothing is needed to be said. It is just for a moment. Envision it as if it were a rain burst from a cloud just above your head, of crystalline energy that just flushes for an instant. And it strips away all the stickiness, all the gooiness that is left behind, even after you've severed all the connections and disconnected from your clients and all the conversations you've had. And this is something to repeat quite frequently. Even just the smallest interaction at a grocery store, the smallest interaction while you drive down the street. At the next moment, just envision that, just for a flash, removing the stickiness. That will help the rejuvenation process back to the health point at which you were. This is the body expressing to you that you're at the next layer, the next challenge. You are at that point of experiencing something new that you haven't experienced in order to clear a path that you haven't had to clear before. So allow that. Now, as your body sits, it is going through the healing process. You can assist this healing process by utilizing the same aspect, but allowing it to last a bit longer. This will surround you and shroud you in this crystalline energy, allowing any of the illness that is embedded to be brought to the surface and flushed immediately away. So envision yourself in that crystalline shower for several seconds, a minute, longer if you wish, but you will also feel the amplified energy as it takes place. So allow yourself to attune to that level of energy. There's nobody special you need to call in. There isn't a specific being that is going to assist you with this. This is your own practice. You own this already. It's just, it needs to be brought to the surface and expressed.
Very helpful. Thank you for that. So Christina synchronistically had a stray cat show up at her property. She has named her H2O, and the cat didn't want to leave. So Christina's curious if there's a specific reason the cat is there. What does the cat need Christina to know, please?
Therefore, you recognize the pattern of the cat being in your presence. For yes, there's an agreement between you and this cat, but it isn't only going to be the cat. As you have already understood about yourself, when you allow yourself to enter into an open, energetic space, animals begin to act a bit differently around you. But you've left this aspect of yourself open for just a bit, and this is now the result. The cat, H2O. There are going to be other animals that are going to be coming through your space. They are attracted to your energy. But they will not linger and stay for very long, but they will be coming through your energy. But this particular cat, it is one that is you've aligned to assist you. Think of yourself as you maneuver through your day, very similar to Maria. You collect. All humans do. It's natural. There's nothing to be afraid of it. But as you collect, then as you walk around, as you do certain things, you deposit what isn't needed. You allow it to shed off of you. You don't even know you're doing it. The cat is here to transmute that. So this is why you'll see the cat maneuvering itself around and doing different things that look a bit odd. It's finding what you've left behind and transmuting that little pile of energy and that little pile of energy. Be aware that the energetic connection you have with this cat is going to become a bit more personal. As you become a bit more sensitive, a bit more open, the cat is going to want to come even closer and closer to sit with you at a very relaxed state in order to do much of his work. So allow it to be. Do not be frightened by the other animals, because many are going to be not of the pet experience. They're not going to be just dogs and cats. There are going to be many animals that are going to be coming through your energy field. They're coming to check on you, to see about how you are doing. They enjoy your energy field, what you've created all around you. They're here in unison for you to begin to learn their language, to begin to learn what they have for you. So greet them. Speak to them before they even arrive. Allow them to know that you are here to receive anything that they are here to provide to you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So Lori believes that she has a black veil over her from a past life in a colonial pilgrim era. Is this correct? And if so, can we resolve or heal that this evening, please?
what you are sensing, this veil, if it were. This is the for this in this particular life. This is where you have been pushed aside. You've been excommunicated from your family unit. Not for something you've done, not something you were going to do, but it is this particular belief. This belief of something greater. This belief that there is existence beyond this existence. This belief that there is communication just beyond human existence. For this has been a pattern throughout your existence, this understanding, this truth that you carry with you. And in many lives, the outcomes are much different, but in this particular life, yes. The shroud that you sense is being blocked and being kicked aside, excommunicated. Do not confuse this with many that have been persecuted for, as many would understand, being a witch. This is not that. For you are very prominent within your religious beliefs. You are very strong in your religious beliefs. You had a very deep connectedness to the church, but yet you questioned. Yet you understood, right from the moment at which you could speak, that there was a truth greater than what you understood from the church. You knew that there was something greater than you, there was something greater than all that were within the family, and you tried to speak that, you tried to bring that out. But it was blasphemous. It was unheard of. It wasn't acknowledged. It wasn't for you to say. So you were shunned, quieted, shrouded. That is that existence. So yes, if you wish to remove that shroud, you can. You can remove that to be then witness to that full life. But that isn't what's necessary. What is necessary is to understand the lineage of truth that you've existed in. And now you carry that truth into this life. For it isn't the results of what take place in a past life. It is how you have stayed strong with the belief that you have all the way through to this life. So what can be said is this: to acknowledge that life, give it the gratitude it deserves for showing you that you've remained steadfast in the truth and the belief that you have, just as it has been in this life and this life and this life and so on down the line. So it is in this life to stand just as strong, just as prominent in the truth and the belief that you have, and begin to learn from it. Begin to seek a deeper level of understanding within that truth that you have. Explore that within yourself. Reconcile it with others. For in this life, you will not be shunned. You will not be shrouded. For you will be accepted. And you will be the teacher that you've come here to be.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. So Alex has a new granddaughter named Jolene. He's curious what her galactic alignments are and how he can best welcome her to Earth.
primary alignment is Pleiades. Source cluster is Syrian. How to best acknowledge, receive, foster for this time is to observe. There isn't any words, there are no actions. And this will be for some time, even into early childhood. It is to observe, it is to watch, because what you're going to see unfold in front of you as a child that is so deeply connected. The words that will come across the lips will be so recognizable, and they will carry so many truths that it'll be as if you are sitting in front of a master. You'll be the student. So it is to observe, to allow it to be, and enjoy how it unfolds in front of you. Do not push, do not accelerate, just enjoy this alignment.
Beautiful, thank you. And lastly, do you have a message from Marcia? What does she need to know today, please?
This divine alignment that you have been encircled with, this divine alignment that holds you strongly, you feel as if it is shifting, you feel as if it is changing, you feel as if it is being pulled and manipulated. In a way, it is. The construct in which you exist is beginning to shift. The full construct in which you exist is beginning to shift. And so this is why this divine alignment that you have feels as if it is being twisted. There are new questions that are arising. There are new questions that are just here before you. And there's a bit of confusion that is settling in. This, too, is okay. For what is on the horizon is this new construct, scaffolding, framework you already are building. You already are in the process of building this new structure that you are at the center of. Think of it as Archangel Metatron and his Merkaba. Many enter into the center of the Merkaba to be empowered, to be encircled, to be amplified in that energy, to be surrounded and healed in that energy. You too are building a structure around you of energy. This structure is going to amplify those that step within it. From a healing space that you believe has already been strong, is going to be magnified. You have put much effort into bringing forth this healing vibration through your voice, through your presence. But this shifting is amplifying it. And this is the turmoil that it is right now, because it doesn't seem as if it has been brought all together. This is where the confusion is. It is a period now just to settle, relax just a bit, provide the healing to yourself, the comfort, and allow the things to be a bit malleable, a bit flexible before you. there are several months that will pass that this will feel a bit unsettled. And just at the surface, it'll feel just a bit unsettled. Things will just feel just a bit off. But underneath, everything is building itself appropriately. Be assured of that. And in a couple months' time, you're going to emerge by one significant encounter. You'll be providing that beautiful healing. And there'll be a resonance and a frequency shift in it that will overtake you. That is your reemergence. That is what has been built around you. Your subconscious, your energy is doing that for you. There's nothing physically you need to do other than just be present and allow it to unfold before you.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so very much. Do you have any parting words before we close, please?
For there are challenges. This is the human existence. But it is up to you to how you perceive the challenge. Is it a physical challenge? Is it an energetic challenge? Is it something outside of my control that's challenging me? What is this challenge? But in reality, they are all the way you have scripted them. So it is to understand that this perspective that you have on your existence isn't one that someone else is providing challenges to you, something else isn't providing challenges to you. You are providing the challenges to yourself. So it is to step back and look and observe it from that distance and understand you've accomplished so much. You've overcome so many challenges. They'll continue. But when you are in alignment, synchronization with the understanding that you place this next challenge in front of you and that you can overcome it just as quickly because you are stronger than it is. Your awareness is stronger than it is. Your depth of understanding is much greater than it is. Then those challenges become very small ripples in your existence. So reframe how you begin to look at the challenges in your existence. It'll take time, but recalculate those challenges in your existence.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much for being present with us today.
And thank you. As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge.